Readings also. Tomorrow I'm going to start reading, actually, prior to the invention of Morel. I'm going to read a short story by Casares called what's it called? In Memory of Pauline. And this will be a prefiguration of the invention of Morel. So it's a short story and it's preparation for the larger novella. It'll be in two parts. The reason I decided to read this prior is because it prefigures the illusions that we accept in life all too easily, all too much our own. The problem of human interactions is projection. We ourselves are a kind of object that project our own mental images, imposing them on other people's lives. And this perhaps is an inevitability. Perhaps we can't avoid this. There are many questions that come up in relation to the bridges of human consciousness and states of consciousness. And Bioy-Casares puts forth many questions in regards to this because of the nature of illusion, perhaps because of Neptune itself and its impact on us through the aspects to our personal planets. Our sensibilities, as real as they feel, are also always inspired by a possible irreality. And this is what Bioy proposes in this short story. As you hear it, it'll sound like any recollection of lost love. But as you listen deeper into the story, there's something more going on. And it's fairly clear from the opening paragraph. But as the story continues, it starts to sound like fairly any generic past love story with a climax that is very dramatic and intense and even hopeful. But as the story corrects itself before culminating, there's an acceptance. There's a personal, isolated acceptance of the nature of reality that flies in the face of our union and connection with others and questions it. It's not to say that the metaphysical propositions of life has always been that human beings connect through the bridge of the soul, the spirit. This can never be denied. But the veracity of that relative to two individuals can easily become a prefigurement of delusion of Neptune. Or it could be what it is, truth. Truth in that bridge. And Bioy-Casares proposes that difference and admits in great veracity the true nature of this recollection near the end of this tale. Hopefully, this has not been a exaggerated, long drawn out, abstracted critique of this short story. If so, just forget about it. Enjoy the story. In this story, though, is a kind of mini prefiguration of the invention of Morel. And so, in that, you will have a taste of this larger novella that I will read next. The drawings are by, I think it's Nora Tora Borges. I think it's Jorge Luis Borges' sister. And I described them in the intro. And I think I'll release the intro first. No, I think I'll release this first. And then the intro to the story I'll release after this short story. It'll be two parts. And tonight I'm just releasing this. So then the following days you'll have part one and part two of In the Memory of Pauline to listen to. And then will be an introduction to The Invention of Morel, my introduction to it. And then hopefully, if I can carve out the time before my trip, I'll have the readings to to have available from day to day. Thanks for listening.